All right, Shalom. We're going to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Rakal,
Wakal,
Kadash.
Kadash.
Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the late man pushing the truth and faith sincerity. This the brother Utazakah,
Brother McQuarrie.
and we're going to go into a lesson, about get, putting all this work into your bodily image, your bodily frame, your mental frame, your finances, but not putting the same energy into your Habashim Al Shai. Especially if you know about your Habashim Al Shai. If going hard, for example, you in the gym, because me and the brother, one of the brothers yesterday, we was in the gym, and I was just telling the brother, you got these niggas in here, you know, fucking 200 plus brolic in here lifting up dumbbells and doing backflips off machines and shit, but don't go out on the highways or the byways, you know. Then you got brothers in the faith, you know what I'm saying, who, they put all this stock into the gym and into the world, you know what I'm saying? But they not even going hard as they could within the faith, you know. That's you should feel sick, That should make you feel sick. So, we're gonna start off right here in Luke chapter 12 and verse 46. It says, the Lord of that servant, Salaki, well, let's start at 45 just so we can get some edification. All right, this Luke 12 and 45 says, but and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the man's servants and maidens, and to eat and be drunk and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required, and to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask for the more.
So you got the men in it. Like I said in that last part, once you come into this, it's not enough to just get it. As it says, the more you put in, the more is going to be required of you. So it's not just enough to. That's why the first 6 months you're supposed to be studying. So then after those 6 months come, you gotta be ready to do to go out preach or do sit down, and then after that you start doing more sit downs. But you gotta build on everything that you get. That's why you can't just be stagnant in truth. You gotta constantly be trying to get better and perfect yourself, because you're not gonna have all the knowledge. And like the brother was saying, you got people who are at the gyms and things like that. They worry more about their physical body than they are with their spiritual body, their spiritual currency. When we know the flesh profit little.
Yep. It said the flesh profit of nothing. If I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can pull that just to be. I think it say profit of nothing.
Profit. Exercise profit little.
Yeah, con.
Flesh profit nothing.
Con.
Because you can't take this body with you.
Right.
You can't take this money with you. The only thing that's taking you're gonna be able to take is your spiritual currency. That's it.
Con. Well, I got you, bro. This St. John chapter 6 verse 63. It said, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profit of nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
So these scriptures, that's life. Nothing else outside this truth matters. Period. That's a funny thing. I might kind of like backtrack a little bit, but that just scripture just made me think for a minute, because the women, that's the shit about the women that fucking gets me every time. They worry about the carnalist shit. That carnalist shit they'll worry about. I'm talking about the so-called in the truth. They worry about the carnalist shit, but the only matter of fact, read it again, bro.
Con. This St. John chapter 6 verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
The only thing that's going to be of value, the only thing that matters is the truth. And y'all about Shimmy shot, but these women, they would die happy knowing that they so called got a man all to themselves, or they're over a man. They they would die to oppose their physical world in some way, shape, or form.
It's like your phone going out a little bit.
Hear me now?
Yeah, kind brother.
But yeah, these women are so carnal. They would die happy knowing that they won some kind of physical battle and got over on a man. They would die happy that way.
Kind bro. That's wild. When that's not gonna profit you nothing, you know. Yep. Let's go. You said Matthew 5, right?
5:14.
Okay. This Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid."
God, so we're the light of the world. So that's a responsibility. We have a responsibility. Okay. Now in this truth, we're not opposed to our own personal time. Our brothers, when they do things for themselves, whatever they do, whether it be games or do whatever they do. Jim, nobody's against this. The only problem is when you're lacking in your duties to Yahweh Shemi outside. That's where the problem comes in. That's where you got a problem when you start sowing more to the flesh than you are to the spirit. Matter of fact. You got that? You know that scripture over here?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, kind.
Oh, Galatians 5:16, I think.
Oh, I thought you was talking about hey, let me get this one real quick though. This Galatians chapter 6 verse 8, it says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting."
You got it, bro.
God, so yeah, it say he that soweth to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. So if you sow into your flesh, trying to make your flesh better, do things to appease the flesh, and you know, build your flesh up, ultimately you're gonna end up receiving corruption from that, cause the flesh, we just read how the flesh don't profit you nothing. All right, so ultimately the flesh is nothing but corruption. You sow into the flesh, you sow into the flesh, you sow into the flesh, but it's no reason to do that. All right, and ultimately you doing that to your own destruction. It says, "But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting." So if you sow into the spirit, you're gonna attain everlasting life. If you sow into the flesh, you're gonna be destroyed. In so many words, it's simple. You say Galatians 5:16.
Yeah, kind. And I was gonna say, like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with going to the gym. It ain't nothing wrong with doing things on your so-called time. The problem is when you're not taking care of your duties and truth that you're supposed to be doing. That's where the problem comes in. When you're not taking care of your duties.
Hold on, Salaki. Now I got to get this because I was thinking of this, but it was another precept I had in my mind, but it kind of slipped. But you made me think of this one too. This Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man."
God, so that's the whole duty of man. Is serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So if you're not doing that, then you're not doing shit.
God, pretty much. Let me get that word duty real quick, bro. Duty is Adam, mankind, human being, mankind. So look, in a deeper sense, your duty of your servitude to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakal Kadash, is what a man is. That's what makes a man. Your servitude towards Yahweh Shim Shah. So ultimately, you're not even a man if you're not serving Yahweh Shim Shah. We know that already, but just to go when you go deeper into it, so you doing duties for your flesh. You're well, it's so we read it in John 6:63. It says it's the spirit that quickeneth, and that word quickeneth means to make alive. The flesh profit of nothing. Why? Because it's nothing but death. You're not even alive, pretty much in a sense. You're not even a man. You're not even a species. You know. Let's go back to Galatians 5. This Galatians 5 and 16. It says it says this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Yeah, so we gotta walk in the spirit, man. Like the ox said, it's not nothing wrong with, what I'm saying, having your time and doing your thing, what I'm saying, but like I always say this to myself, it's 24 hours in a day. It shouldn't be one reason why you can't give Yahweh Shim Shah an hour or two out of that. You know, you should really you feel sick if you're not doing it. Like I mean, just speaking for myself, and speaking from to my brothers too, exhorting my brothers. Like we definitely gotta feel like that, bro. It's 24 hours in a day, bro. So the 24 hours in a day, here it is. You out, you out with your bitch, so like you out with your woman, you know, or you out with a female, spending time with her, you eating, you drinking, you watching TV, you playing the game, you exercising, whatever kind of thing you into, and then you just get home and go to sleep, you know, like but you didn't do nothing for Yahweh Shim Shah though. You didn't even do a 15-minute sit down for Yahweh Shim Shah. Like how in your mind do you think that's okay? You know, it says this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So if you constantly thinking, oh, I gotta be doing something for Yahweh Shim Shah, you're not gonna fulfill the lust of the flesh. Why? Because you're gonna fulfill the lust of the spirit. The desires of the spirit, if you're in the spirit, you're going to desire to do spiritual things. All right. If you're not thinking spiritually, if you're not, trying to feed the spirit, and add on to the spirit, you're going to be doing fleshly things, because that's where your mind is. It said how the scripture go out where your mind, where your heart is, so shall your treasure be, or just roughly paraphrasing.
Uh,
Let me see if I can find it real quick. It might be Matthew 6, but I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, it is Matthew 6. Yep, con. It's Matthew chapter 6.
21.
Yeah, 21, con, brother. This Matthew chapter 6 verse 21. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. you know. So if your treasure, which say out,
Go ahead, we're all chilling.
yeah, so your treasure should be your treasure should be with Yahweh Shim Shah. Your treasure should be with his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Your treasure should be in his faith. All right. And if your treasure is there, then your heart gonna be there also, which is your mind. So your mind is gonna be constantly where your treasure at. And that's how it is in this world. If your treasure is on the earth, in your woman, or in your physical appearance, and your possessions, you know, you're gonna focus on those things. That's where your mind gonna be at. You're gonna be like, oh, I gotta get there so I can get to that, because that's what you treasure. But if your treasure is with Yahweh Shim Shah, you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta get to Yahweh Shim Shah. And how do you get to Yahweh Shim Shah? Through this word, through this faith.
Con.
You had something else, bro?
Yeah, Proverbs 3 and 6.
This Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
God says, in all thy ways acknowledge me. Every day I get up, First thing I think about, all right, I gotta get this. I gotta get this prayer in. Then when I go about all my day, I'm looking at people and I see women in their pants. I'm like, oh, that bitch, she gonna die. I see homosexual. Oh, that nigga gonna die. I see, and then I'll probably see a chick and be like, oh, let me turn my head. This bitch, she probably married. Like, it's just, I'm pretty sure brothers do the same thing as they're going about their day. They're looking at people going off, and I mean, this is what you should be doing if you in the truth. This is how your mind should be going on, like all day long, just thinking about the law, thinking about looking up articles, shit like that. I mean, that's how I do it. I'm on my phone. I'm looking at scripts. I'm looking up news articles. I'm always constantly checking that shit. And ultimately, that's our job anyway. That Yahweh Shem Shai pointed upon us that we be on our watchtower. That's like one of our jobs. That's in our job description. That's one of our duties as a man of the Lord. Because Yahweh Shai, he told us specifically to look out for certain things to happen, so that we can have an idea on what is coming, how to get ready, when to get ready. Because Yahweh Shai said when shit go down, don't go back home. And we already know where Esau, he got all the he has all the locations of all the men who claim to be for Yahweh Shem Shai. And the first chance he get, he moving on all those men. And the first place he going is to their cribs.
God. God. I got a precept. Slakia. It was a phone call coming in. Slakia to the Akim about that. It's a demon. Let me get this for you, bro. This Sirach 39 in verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
Yeah, bro.
So it said, he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof. You know, so if you're like the art was saying, you know, throughout his day, you know, he tried to continue to focus, you know, on things that pertain to the Lord, you know, and his ministry toward Yahweh Shem Yahshua, which you should be doing anyway. You know, that's like the Ox said, he set us up as watchmen. You know, he said, I set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, you know, and you being a watchman is not just when you're doing a lesson or when you're you on the highways and the byways. That should be your natural behavior as and conduct as a man here in Babylon, you know, which we know that the duty of a man is what makes a man. We just read that, you know, so which is the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So we should constantly be focused on how we can be better men, you know. It says, and will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in prophecies and be occupied in prophecy. So more than anything that you're supposed to be occupied in, when you go into the word occupied, pretty much go to the word business. So that's what your business is supposed to be, because ultimately we are businessmen. We're a businessman for our Lord Yahweh Shai, you know, because this is his business. Okay, so we are the you know, a businessman. He gonna constantly be looking for new avenues, new investments, you know, new stocks, so to speak. That's in essence similar to us when we're occupied in prophecy. That's our business. This is our life. You know, we we not we're not part time. We're not full time either. We overtime. You know.
God. When you look at these churches, not one of them are in the prophecy. Not these Muslims, not these Catholics, Seventh Day Adventists, none of these fake churches. None of them in the prophecy. They're not worried about that. All they worried about is getting that bread.
Yep. Oh, let me read two more. It says, verse 2, it says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. Woo! You know, and what's that? Where is all that at? That's in the scriptures, man. You know, that's in the scriptures. You know, so we supposed to constantly, be in these scripts, man, doing videos, studying, reading, looking at news articles. We can all do better, of course. You know what I'm saying? We can all, speaking for myself first and foremost, I know I can do better. You know, like we can all, it's always more we can be doing, like it's saying Sirach the 43rd chapter. But the our main objective should be the business of Yahweh Shem Shah. That should be our main focus. We should not be putting no more time into nothing else more than Yahweh Shem Shah. That's crazy. You hitting the gym for 3-4 hours and you don't do a video. That's wild. That's wild to me. I don't know. Maybe brothers feel different. I don't know.
Uh,
What, you got some more, bro?
yeah. 2 Timothy 3 and 5.
It's 2 Timothy 3. Salakia. 3 and 5. It says, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, so you got that form of godliness, but you denying the power thereof, man. All right, you a child of God, you an Israelite. You got the beard. Yea or gods. You got the stones. Are you into the herbs? You know, you making protein shakes. You know what I'm saying? You making smoothies. You know, you you on the highways every week. But ultimately, it's still things that you missing, man. You know, because you're not fully committing yourself unto the Lord. You're not in all your ways acknowledging Him, like the Ak brought out. And it says from such turn away. So you're supposed to look at the examples, because you, like the Ak brought the precept out in Luke 12, when to whom much is given, much is required. So if you got this full doctrine 100% and you in the right mind, and you know this thing 100% pretty much. All the mysteries of the scriptures and Yahweh Shem Shah have been given unto you. You not just like one of these Israelites who I heard who don't have the 100% truth. You got 100% truth. Okay, so to whom much is given, much is required. You wasn't given some of the truth, so you supposed to turn away from those who cause you got those out there who don't have the full truth, but they got the form of godliness. They'll have the fringes on and the mitri, you know, and the staff, or so to speak, but they not really, they don't got it. They just got that form of godliness. It says, so from such turn away. So the same way you would not be wanting to be aligned with those men who don't have the full truth, is the same way you should not be wanting to be like the same work ethic as them. You're supposed to have a different work ethic as them too, seeing as you was given more than them. Not to say you being arrogant or prideful. You know what I'm saying? It, you gotta appreciate your gift more. You know, you supposed to turn. For it says from such turn away. So these who have that form of godliness, you supposed to turn away from that. You don't supposed to be like that. You don't supposed to have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. And you got the whole truth. You're pretty much on the same level as those who don't have the whole truth, but and got the form of godliness and deny the power of thereof. You like on that same level.
God.
You got something else, bro?
Yeah, Ezekiel 33, 31.
Con. This Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 31. It says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness.
You got it, bro.
And you don't want to be one of those. You don't want to be one of those, man. You know what I'm saying? You hear the word, but you don't do it. You know, You talk the word, but you're not following it. All right, that's why we gotta all constantly examine ourselves all the time to make sure we don't fall in this category, man. All right, because we don't want to be this if it's one person you don't want to be in this faith is this guy right here, you know. You know, a hypocrite. You know, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, man. You know, you got a preset, bro.
You got it.
I got uh I got a couple. This I think it's First Corinthians 9. First Corinthians 9 and yeah, okay. All right, here we go right here. This First Corinthians 9 and 25, it says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things." Now let's get two words real quick. Let's get mastery and temperate. Okay, mastery, their word is agonizame. It says to enter a contest, contend in in the gymnastic games, to contend with adversaries, fight, to contend, struggle with difficulties and dangers, to endeavor with strenuous zeal, strive to obtain something. So we striving for the masteries. What are we striving to obtain? We're striving. What mastery are we striving to attain and fighting for? You know, and struggling for. That's the kingdom of heaven. You know, that's salvation. You know, so we're striving for masteries. Okay, now let's get that word temperate. All right, temperate in the Greek, that's in a karatima, in a ekaratima, if I said that right. And it says to be self-controlled, continent, to exhibit self-government conduct, oneself temperately, in a figure drawn from athletes. So abstaining from unwholesome food, wine, and sexual indulgence. Ooh. So it says if you striving to pretty much in a simpler sense, if you're striving to get salvation in the kingdom of heaven, you're supposed to exhibit a great amount of self-control. You know, it says now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, because you got athletes, them niggas, they won't eat no meat, they won't eat no junk food. You know, I think you even told me about that, brother. Like, you know, they might not even have sex before a fight. You know,
Yeah, come.
so that's like you, but you doing that for a corruptible crown. You know, prime example, you in the gym. You know, in that bitch doing motherfucking, you in that bitch doing backflips, man. You know what I'm saying? You on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Jumping up that bitch. You know, like doing all type of, you know, extravagant stuff, man. You know, you in that thing twirling around on one hand. You know what I'm saying? Lifting the maximum level of weight. You know, but what are you doing that for? You know, so you can look good for a female. That's a corruptible crown. You know, it says now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. That's why we go so hard. We go for that incorruptible crown. What's that incorruptible crown, man? You know, that incorruptible crown is the is us receiving those new bodies. Now we got to get this. Got to get this now. This Philippians 3 and 19. It says, well, I start at 18. It says, "For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things."
Get it, bro.
Yeah, you look, man. You don't want your God to be your belly, which is pretty much yourself, your flesh. You know, you minding earthly things. You're not minding Yahweh Shai, you know, or you know, you minding your body. Let's go down to 21. It says, "For our conversation is in heaven, for whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able to even subdue all things unto himself. So when our Lord Yahweh shall come, which is going to give us that incorruptible crown, Lord willing, we be those men, our vile body that you break your back to put so much work into, you know, it's going to be changed into that glorious body. We ain't going to have to do no damn push-ups, man. We're going to have to lift no weights, you know. You got something, brother?
Yeah. James 4:4.
Con. This James chapter 4 and verse 4. It says, "Yea, adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh Bashim Yahshua? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh." Ooh.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, so let me get enemy. Did, would would you chance being an enemy to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua?
Uh-oh. Not even for all the king's horses and all the king's men.
You can, bro. It says ekthros for that word enemy. And it says hated, odious, hostile, hating and opposing another, used of man as at enmity with Yahweh by their sin. Whew. Opposing in the mind, a man that is hostile, a certain enemy, the hostile one, the devil who is the most bitter enemy of the divine government. Damn. So you pretty much in complete opposition and hateful to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know. And what you think Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna do to anybody who opposes him, man? Any opposition?
1927.
Oh, let's get it. This Luke chapter 19, verse 27. It says, "But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me." No, he said, "Bring hither and slay them before me."
You got it, bro.
Yeah, so that's simple and plain, man. All right, if you're an enemy of Yahweh Shema Shah, he gonna kill your ass, man. All right. So, you got some more precepts up?
Nah.
Let me get these couple more. We can wrap it. I wanted to get this for sure. This 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8, it says, "For bodily exercise profiteth little, but the godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come."
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, man, in this world, you know, you exercise, you look good and cute for the bitch, you know, you got the six pack she can rub on your back, you know, rub on your chest, you know, you get the smiles from the females, you know what I'm saying? You know, you feel a little bit more healthy, you know, you're a little bit more strong, you could lift a few more pounds, you know what I'm saying? You more lighter on your feet, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little profitable for you, you know. But it says, "But godliness is profitable unto all things." But godliness is profitable to everything, man. All right, it's not just a little bit of profit, man. Where it says everlasting life, you know, when you um into godliness, you know, if your conversation is godliness, then you know you're gonna reap everlasting life. You're gonna reap immortality, man. You know, it said of that which is to come. You know, so this is, you know, for now and forever. So if you start working out, you know, you'll you'll lose your frame. You know, but ultimately you keep you the what we do here is gonna lead us into the kingdom of heaven. You know,
If we endure to the end.
kind of if we endure to the end. That's right, bro. You know, they say in our works do follow us. You know, uh, now, which one? Oh yeah, let me get this, bro. This Jeremiah 9:23. I ain't got this out in a while. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glory in this, that he understandeth and know of me, that I am the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, said the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. You know, so Yahweh Shemi Shai said he exercised loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. You know, that's the things that he delights in. So that's the things we should be delighting in, exercising in loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness, man. We shouldn't, and we should be glorying. We shouldn't be glorying in the fact of what we can do in this world, or what kind of, how much we can put into this world, into the flesh. We should be glorying that we understand and know Yahweh Shemi Shai. You know,
Just even know this truth.
kind brother, kind. And and us knowing this truth, we should value that to a high maximum level, man. Now this last one, bro. This Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 30. It says, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might have failed. They have became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken." You know, so ultimately, you got all these big jockey niggas, all right, be in the gym, don't do no work for your Yahweh Shemi Shai. You know, at the end of the day, you know, y'all niggas all strong and brolic, shoulders real square. Okay, but in that day, you ain't gonna be trying to fight nobody. All right, cause you try to run up on one of them niggas in the gym, bro. They'll be ready to show off their strength, you know. But let's see when the day of Yahweh Shemi Shai's wrath come, how if you gonna be ready to fight. Say these niggas gonna be like women out here, man. All right. Why? Because they not really man. All right. Why? Because they don't follow the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemi Shai, which is your duty, which means man. You know. But that's it, bro. You had anything else, bro?
You want to get to First Kings 2:1.
Khan. Oh yeah, Khan. Gotta get that. I ain't brought this out in a while either. This First Kings chapter 2, verse I start from 1. It says, "Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man."
So King David about to go into King David about to go into how to be a man.
Huh? It says, "And keep the charge of the Lord Yahweh thy power to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself." Whew.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, like the ox said, King David, he just showed you what it takes to be a man. All right. It didn't say be nice with the ladies. It didn't say have nice finances. It didn't say have your body looking in tip top shape, be in tip top shape. It didn't say none of that, bro. It said keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemi Shai, bro. That's it, bro.
Females out on dates. Hold their doors open for them. Take off your coat if it get cold. Give it to her.
Yeah. Shit didn't say nothing about that, bro.
Let the girl beat on you.
Oh
if she
man.
hits you just let her hit you.
You look, you giving her more time than Yahweh Shemi Shai. You spent she like, I need my time. Bitch, fuck you. Yahweh Shemi Shai need my time. What you say, y'all?
If you was a real man.
Right, yeah, if you was a real man, you would give me my time. The fuck? Bitch, what King David say? He was the true mighty man. What do you mean? He said keep the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemi Shai. That's how you show yourself a man. But that's it, bro. You had anything else, bro? Yeah, so with that, we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakah, Kadash.
does.
Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, rule well. And peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalom to the elect.